And we are live.
All right. Hey, what is up? What is up, beautiful people? Wolf Brother Mythos.
And I am Creek, and welcome to the Saturday morning live stream, Saturday afternoon for our UK friends, with our special guest, the amazing Elstonation from the Chilling Wargamers Network. Welcome, buddy.
Hello. Hello. Sorry, I dropped off for a second. I pressed the wrong button because I'm a tech noob. And luckily it let me back in pretty quick. Hello. How is everyone?
Doing great, man. Good to hang out with you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. When was the last time me and Spud were on? It was a
Friday night. I think it was about 3-4 months ago.
something like that. I don't know if the world had exploded into. No, it had exploded into
It had
chaos.
just exploded, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still in the chaos, but hey, we're still
We
here.
adapted. We're adapting. We're adaptable creatures, so we just kind of swim in the chaos, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the gills are starting to come out of my throat soon. So yeah, soon I'm going to be going for like 6-mile swims underwater.
Yeah. Woohoo!
I'm not going to be called Aquaman because Aquaman sucks.
Wow. Don't hold back. Seriously,
Oh,
you
no.
just want to know exactly how
My
you
power to
feel.
communicate with fish is ineffective here.
That's a jellyfish. It's not what I call for.
No, you know where the power goes wrong when you start going, and all of a sudden you hear in response, like 500 murlocs come out of a space that should only contain, like, I don't know, it's the water from your kitchen sink or something.
Just be like,
Like, where did they come from? So, we mentioned that you are from the Chilling Wargamers, but also you'll be firing your old channel back up soon, right?
yeah. It's a bit of a divide and conquer strategy. That we basically had. We were feeling the pressure a little bit to compete with each other, and not even compete, but like to kind of coordinate with each other. So it'd be like me and Spud would take it in turns. I'd do one video every other week, and then he'd do a video, but then he'd get busy, swamped down with work, miss his. I'd have to step in. Then he'd feel pressure to get his done, and it just went on for months. And we were like, "Oh, this isn't really working as well as we wanted to," and we were kind of stressing ourselves out over it. So we're like, let's just do our old channels, and then we can do them when we want. And we still do stuff on the Chilling Wargamers, and Pickle's here as well now, so he can help out.
I can understand that feeling. I know sometimes when Freak puts out multiple back-to-back videos and I haven't done anything, I'm like, man, I'm not really pulling my weight around here. But, you know, we just got used to that feeling. I just got used to that feeling.
Yeah. Well, Spud's had a bit of a hard time with the whole world exploding. He's suffered a fair bit. So we're giving him a breather, and we're like, yeah, dude, like go off and do your thing. And our channels are pretty big, so we're like, I'm sort of sitting there thinking, well, I could use this, and see if anyone's still watching it. But we'll see. It may come to nothing. It might work. We don't know.
Yeah, definitely worth a look.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know, of course, follow him over at Chilling Wargamers, and also go ahead and search Elstonation. Actually, let me pull that up and drop it in the chat. But Elstonation, follow that channel too, because you'll be able to find him at both places.
While you're pulling them up, I want to welcome everybody in the live chat. Thanks, guys, for joining us this morning. I know most of these guys are definitely our friends from the UK, and we'll welcome you.
I was just going to post a link as well to the guys in the Chilling Network, because we've got a group chat going on there.
All right, catching up. Good morning to everyone who's joined us. Commodore has joined us in the phalanx at High Orbit. We got Brother Gar, one of our orkiest brothers from Rivets and Daka in the chat. We've got the Pickle Jar. We'll see some amazing work from him coming up later today, but also put out a fantastic tutorial if you want to learn to paint a bright and brilliant Salamander's shield captain. Today you'll be able to follow his tutorial. Spray Black Studios, Restless Kaiser from Modeling for Advantage in the chat. Got some awesome people here. Gary Knox. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you are. Sound good, picture good. The potato is really cooking tonight.
Don't
That's
jinx
awesome.
it. Don't jinx it.
Freak and I actually, well, Freak was up early working because he's on call this weekend, but we both did kind of a make sure that everything is reset, all the routers are restarted. I mean, we try and do some of these systems checks before our usual Friday show, but we were extra thorough this morning because we didn't want any potato problems today.
I mean, I'm feeling there's a little bit of propaganda going on each one of these screens going on. There's a certain icon that's showing up.
And I don't know if you can tell because we're all seated, but Freak and I have also decided to.
I was wearing it on a Thursday. Yeah, see, I joined in. Thank you for this. This is really cool as well. Spud got his the other day, and yeah, I meant to post it to him a while back, and
It's
forgot.
awesome. Thank you very much.
Grumpy Guy
Save me.
Gaming. Welcome.
Yeah.
The
So
only
what's been going on in Land of Frost and Fist? What's been happening with you guys? I know you're supposed to be interviewing me, but I'm going to take the initiative.
Well, Freak, I'll let you start with your hobby update. What you got for a poke job, baby?
Well, last night I got a chance to work on Geradon.
Oh, Geradon.
Beautiful, lovely model. So I've been kind of holding off on doing anything with Torgaradon, mainly because of his, just this constipation look.
I was about to say, you were unmotivated by the face, weren't you?
I really was. By the whole head itself, So I really kind of held off on that until I actually found someone that that has done an amazing job with it. Not just because there weren't that many. Of course, it's a new model, right? There weren't that many samples of them, and that's what I like to do. I like to kind of get a good idea of how I want it painted by someone who's done a great job, but I want to put it, give it my twist, right? So, but the guy who did this just did an amazing job with the face, the head, the hair, and I said, okay, that's what I want to emulate. That's what I want to do. So, got me excited about it. I definitely put the three paint minimum when I took him to our game Friday or Saturday last. And he did it pretty good. He did all right. He wasn't bad. I just don't think he did as good as I thought he would. It's mainly out of ignorance.
I was really excited to see him get in there and punch a tank to death with that massive fist of his.
Yeah, as was I, but I never got an opportunity for that. But overall, though, last night we had a little hobby time. On you noticed on our show. And so I got a good bit of it done. So I'm really excited. I love the way he's turning out. Better than I expected. And, that's pretty much it. Aside from that, it's just been busy as be your walls. I've been playing, just video games here and there every now and then just to kind of decompress. So I can go straight to bed and start it all over again to work in the morning. So it's been doing a lot of the forest with Oni Studios, and so just it's been a lot of fun doing that. Just kind of get away from everything, and I just needed to just stop thinking for some time. Just mindless survival, which I don't know if it's really quite mindless, but yes, mindless survival simulating, mindless trying to not get eaten by cannibals thingy, that kind of thing, and so yeah.
And you said that you reprinted one of your Outrider bikes, right? One of the ones that got.
I did, but actually I was able to salvage it. I was able to salvage the one that was broken by my grandson, and then I reprinted another one, so I have to work on it. So I've got one already fully printed, ready to go, and I just have to print one more. And it's just the bike itself. I already printed the handlebars and the arms so once I do that, I'll just gotta put it together and paint it. So I did I've been using the transparent or the translucent resin, which I really I like it. But
It's a pain when you're trying to find where the support nubs
Yes.
are after you got the support off. You can't see them, and then you undercoat it and prime it, and
you
go,
see it. Like, it's there. But okay, I hate my life.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I decided I'm gonna use use up. I'll probably just put this away. But I did get the gray. And I want to start. I got a couple projects that I want to start working on. I got a couple things that Mythos has asked to print. And I really can't wait to see how those look. But you know, I've got it dialed in to where it should really do a great job, and I'm excited to see. But so far, I've been happy with my prints and loving it. So, but yeah, that's my hobby update for the week.
Nice. Curiosity. Do you use auto supports or do your own?
I do not auto support. That's something that yeah. And the reason why is because I learned. Okay, so first of all, I typically, and this is my personality, typically is like, I'll figure something on my own. And even if somebody tells me, don't do this or do that, like, screw you, I'll do it the way I want to do it. And then I'm like,
you'll try and pick one of the hardest things to start with.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but this time I listened. Steve from Oni Studios, because he's been doing this for a long time, and we got together and we had a nice little just one-on-one, and he showed me exactly what I needed. He goes, here's the settings that will get you the cleanest prints, and he goes, if you want to adjust the resolution, then here's the modifier right here, right? So you can go from a 0.05 to a 0.2 or 0.25, and okay, that's fine. And then here is what I did with the actual support settings, and he helped me get my supports to where they're not so bulky and they're not so hard to strip, and that way they don't leave the nubs as much as so. And I've found that I have had some amazing prints. Really happy with how well it's done. And so, yeah, and he's also told me, don't auto support. Don't ever auto support. It will piss you off. It will make you so mad. And I basically said, mad enough to punch somebody's grandma, And I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel like I need to find someone's grandma. Excuse me, is your grandma here? No. Okay, can you bring her out here? Because I just gotta. I'm so sorry. I know this is a bad thing, sir or ma'am, but it's time. You're the first person I ran into that has a grandma available. So can you please bring her out so I can I need to, like. So, but no, we don't condone punching people's grandmas here on the show. It's just a feeling. It's just the. Remember, okay? So, demonetized.
Are you talking like jab, roundhouse, or full-on Superman punch?
Oh, no, I'm saying a good uppercut, Just a good old-fashioned uppercut, grandma down, and me standing there, yeah! Who's your daddy? What? And then just go back.
The official Frosted Fist does not condone the punching of your grandmother.
And then I leave out of there in handcuffs. But hey, at least they did it once. But no, seriously, and so I'm really liking it. So I'm gonna switch to the gray, and I'm gonna leave my settings like they are, and we're gonna roll like that, and I can't wait, man. So yeah, I'm really stoked. I'm gonna thank Oni for helping me out with that. By the way, mad enough to punch someone's grandma may be my new favorite saying. You're welcome. Sadly, you heard it here at Frosted Fist.
Our brand new brother to the Chilling Network over at Spray Black Studios, by the way. Welcome to the hobby fam, Spray Black Studios. Says, mad enough to punch someone's grandma may be my new favorite saying.
Yeah, I was interesting. If anyone's interested, there is a channel on YouTube called 3D Printing Pro. Who goes through all of those settings. It's very good advice. And also, if you want to hollow out your minis, there's some great advice on there as well, because hollowing out your sculpts when you're doing it in supports is a bit more tricky than you think. And you'll probably get stuff floating afterwards. Because,
Fun fact on that is that my daughter, who's we call her the chicken lady. She's in her mid to late 20s now. And her thing is chickens. She loves chickens. Ever since she was a kid, she's always loved ducks, and because of me, I love fowl, and I grew up with ducks as pets and stuff like that. And so
not the same way Spud used to love chickens.
Probably not. No, Spud just chicken. No, not that way. We're talking about raising them. They're pets, but they produce eggs. Anyway, so she's a big chicken lover, loves chickens, as pets. And so I was like, what, I'm going to do something nice, for her birthday. And I printed, I don't know if you guys have watched Despicable Me 2, I believe, where you have his brother, I think it was his brother, who has Pollito, which is the little angry chicken. Little bitty guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, angry chicken. He's all cool and nice and cool, but when he sees Gru, he's like, Well, I thought that was the cutest looking little guy. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna paint him. And I found a pattern, and I printed it. I had to hollow it out. It was my very first hollowed model.
Right.
And of course, that was my second try. My first try, not so good, because the hole.
Yep. The hole is an important part.
Bloody hole. And I did not catch that. So round 2, got the correct, got the hole, and it printed beautifully. Then came the fun part, washing the damn thing.
It goes in, tip it up.
Yeah.
Tip it up.
You ever want to see Freak lose his mind? That was it, because I was like, this stuff is not coming out. It's not coming out.
I love it. He loses his mind because he starts doing the chin shake and he starts looking like Jeff Goldblum.
Oh my God! I'm like, this is not right. Who does this to themselves? And so I start going nuts. Anyway, but I finally got it all empty, dried it out, put it outside to let it cure. And then when I painted it it turned out absolutely beautiful. I was super impressed. Nice. And she loved it, got it nice and glossed up and hardened. So, so she's got a little knick-knack for her chicken. So it was really cool. I thought that was pretty neat. I have to send you a pic. It was actually neat. So
yeah, man. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely. Do you subscribe to any of the Patreons and stuff? Forget the 3D sculpts and stuff like that.
I not yet. My buddy Oni does, so he gets me a lot of the. He kind of hooks me up with that. He's got like a huge list that he hooks me up, like the Artisans Guild and some of these other guys, and so so I kind of thumb through it, find little stuff that I like to mess with. I am. Here's the thing: a lot of my friends that in our group that have these printers, they've been burning it out. They've like print after print after print after print after print. Me, I'm a little different. I will take my time, do the research, support it, print, turn it off.
Okay.
And then I'm done. And I'm like, okay, I do it as needed. I don't know. I just don't have that urge to just kind of, bake a lot of stuff.
I think that's just hobby hoarding syndrome, but just instead of money, it's been converted into 3D printing. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, ha.
I've now got a giant. I don't even play a game with a giant, but I've got a giant.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So it's like, and that's what I do. I actually justify it. I'll sit there and look at it. Oh, this is so cool. I would love to print and paint this, but do I need it? Bloody hell! Why am I?
I'm guilty of this. This is a Chaos Giant. I don't have a Chaos Army. I don't need a giant, but I've printed and put together a Chaos Giant.
But it was cool to print, and you could have so much fun painting it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's So
that looks awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it does look pretty awesome. So
I can send you the files if you really want to.
Nice. Yeah, that'd just be a lot of fun, man. So
you'll like this kit as well, because this isn't the only option. It comes with like 6 different heads and 6 different types of arms and everything.
Nice.
It's an amazing kit. Yeah. Also, as well, to answer Rivets and Daka's question, hollow out, yes, is the safe material.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah. Because otherwise, you'll have this massive paperweight of pure block of resin, right? It's like lead, you know. And you can always plug the hole back up, you know, very simple. But yeah, I put actually the way I put the hole, I put it in the chicken's butt. Perfect place for that. Out. Yep. That's where the okay. You know what?
You made a literal butt plug.
I did. I literally did. Not a plug. But hole. I made a literal butt hole.
But you were just saying right the sentence before that. You said you can always plug the hole.
You can always plug it. I didn't plug it up though. I didn't plug this one up. I let it there. It's still there till this day, and it will stay there. I say, you want to see chicken butthole? Look.
All right. Have a great day at work. Thanks for stopping in, David Moffat. Welcome to the chat, Lupus Canis. Good to see you. Spud, my brother. Good to see you as well, my man.
Hi, Spud.
Spud.
Spud, the war game of Viking. Chilling
Wargamers. So what about you, Mythos? What have you been up to?
So, I have had a really a busy hobby week. I going through some family problems right now, and it really helps to distract myself to paint. In fact, I've probably done less work than I should have this week. But one of the cool things I finished up is I finished up this Def Dread, this little kit bash Def Dread this week, and I did my usual jungle basing, but I went outside and found some twigs to be logs and baked them for a while to kill any microbes, and I think really added to my jungle basing here. I've painted up an apothecary for one of our buds.
Nice.
Raven Guard. Switch over so I can actually see. Raven Guard apothecary. I decided to do the whole Hamlet kind of kit bash, and then I did my usual glow from the light strobe here, but then I went and added some of that glow to the Hamlet skull, and of course there we go.
Nice.
So, you know, it's still a little fun OSL.
Nice, man. You kind of going to my level with painting it this week.
I don't know if I'll ever reach God tier, but I painted up 4 grots this week. They were pretty cool. One of them I need to take pictures of is the Chilling Wargamers Spud grot with the accent shield from Fox Miniatures. I can't wait to take some pictures of that. I need to break out my light box for that. I got to start on. You guys were just talking about 3D printing, and Freak 3D printed this Def Dread for me, and I've got a good start on that.
That's all 3D printed.
Yeah, everything. So everything but the face plates here is 3D printed.
Because that looks like Gazgul's skull thing on the top of his.
Yeah, definitely a replication of.
Oh, nice.
I like running those.
Not bad, right? And that was with the clear, by the way. Yeah, that's with the clear.
Freak used to get so mad because he would print out something badass, but because he used the clear resin, he would take pictures and throw it up. It's like, guys, look at this amazing thing, but it just looks like a blob of clear.
Remember I tell you about mad enough to make you punch somebody's grandma? Yeah,
I was like, man, that's great. What the hell? What the hell is awesome?
Yeah.
I mean, they can be.
It's a nice
really
blob.
Cool it can be really cool if you want to do like a glowing or see-through effect. It can be really awesome. But yeah, if you don't, you're just going to paint it. However, that will really work with orcs because all the little bits that left over are just rivets. I know Spud would hate that, but it works for orcs.
That is true. And actually, I've been doing a lot of orc kit bashing lately, and I'm working on some. I've done a little bit of scratch building, so I could always use more rivets. So actually, if I want to save some of those supports, I can use them as rivets for sure.
Yep.
I also finished up 3 boys this week. My big mech with custom force field, 3 squigs, 4 grots. So I've just been cranking out quite a bit of orcs. Then I have this whole huge box of Indominus I really need to crank out, and I accidentally built a mech gun this week.
Accidentally.
Because I could use some Daka. And a little side project I kind of started. I'm ordered from Puppets War rolling slaughter wheel, Rivets and Daka recommended to be the Def roller on the front. And then I've got some diamond plastic card that I need to find a way to support to go on top here. I've grabbed 2 big shooter boys because I have more big shooter boys than I'll ever need. And so I've stuck them in to be 2 of the big shooters on the side of the bone breaker. And I've got 2 hatches from Puppets War coming with big shooters. So those would be my 4 big shooters for the bone breaker. And I'll have the ram in there. And like I said, I'm custom making an art top. So I've got my little customized bone breaker coming along. And this thing, I didn't realize how good the bone breaker was until like the regular battle wagon killed 6 people, 6 infantry guard in my game against Imperial Guard this past weekend, and literally saved my warlord's life. So
yeah, his battle
I was
wagon
like,
did
okay,
that.
you're getting promoted. You have gone from battle wagon to bone breaker.
I was sitting there.
Nice.
He did what? I'm watching. It's like, you got to be kidding me. This freaking battle wagon just like, put it in gear, mate. All right, we're going to run this mate over. You know, feel the bumps, mate.
What was the old rule when tanks used to charge? They used to have a specific rule for it. Oh, do you remember what it was called?
Was it the Hammer of Wrath?
No, it was like a universal rule for tanks. I think it was like 7th edition.
I think that was the 7th edition.
Tank rush or tank? Oh.
Tank shock. Yep, tank shock. Yeah.
Tank shock.
Yeah, Commodore.
Yeah. Just going for a new tactic, just tank shock everything.
See, I have this really serious medical condition called CRS, so you can't ask me stuff.
You can't ask me.
Oh yeah, the chat knows. The chat knows. Lots of tank shock here. Looted battle wagons and battle fortress. That's right. So Rivets Adaka put out a video that was a community showcase where he showed off a lot of people's bikes, buggies, trikes not too long ago, and now he's doing looted battle wagons and battle fortresses. So if anybody's got any kit bash stuff they're working on or have worked on and you want to send it to Rivets Adaka, get them those pics.
Nice. To answer Rivets and Daka's questions, are any cast resin minis hollow? Just wondering. Typically, no, they're not. What you usually have when you go into more mass production of minis is you'll have a master print, and the master print, it could be hollow, but more than likely it's going to be solid. And then what they do is once that's 3D printed, they'll be printed at a very, very high level. And then they'll just sandwich it between 2 bits of silicone, make a mold out of it, and then just pour it in afterwards. So yeah, it's unlikely it will be hollow in like larger scale production of minis that are resin. Plastic's a whole different ballgame.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. I'm actually impressed. I'm thoroughly like I haven't done half as much as that this week, so you're kind of reaching that god tier level, right? Yeah, or whatever level everyone says I'm at.
Oh, I think when we start looking at, I've got your Necron pictures, your Lizardman pictures. I've got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to look at. This is going to show how far you are beyond the reach of mortal men.
Yeah, more the case I don't sleep as much as mortal men do. That's all.
And then I guess the last big thing for hobby update is Freak and I, since the last Saturday chat we had, gotten in 2 or 3 games, which has been kind of fun. I mean, it's just been like small gatherings at my house, his house. We take turns, and
you guys keep
so
chatting. I got to go handle this. I got 3 tickets I'm going to knock out real quick. So
right on.
Okay.
So
did he say he's got 3 grandmas he needs to knock out real quick?
He's got 3 tickets. He's got 3 tickets. He's on cards.
I wasn't sure if that was like a thing for grandma
I've
punching.
got 3 grandmas I need to knock out real quick.
Just get them lined up and then run with the fist like that.
just one run through. Like a battering ram.
Yeah.
So Freak and I both played against Guard last weekend with Brother Atlas, and then the week before that we played against him. And now I think our Fist versus Orcs games are now 1-1. So You know, which I mean, like I barely beat him in the game that I won, but in the first game we played with, that was my first game ever with the orcs. Man, my orcs just got slaughtered. They were tabled turn 3 or turn 4, something like that. They got slaughtered. It was pretty crazy.
Oh dear. How you find a ninth? I haven't played any games of it yet, so I'm still
I was a little skeptical at first, cautiously optimistic. And I have to say I am finding the changes not bad at all. Now, there's nothing to say that we're playing it correctly yet. As far as we could tell, we're doing the best we can, and we think we're doing it right. But I mean, we haven't played it like a shop or something where, you know, our interpretation or misremembering can get called out. But as far as, you know, it's like watching battle reports online, watching how to play 9th edition videos, and of course reading what we can out of the book, we feel like we're playing it right. And the changes that felt like they were going to be major, you know, we were worried about almost for nothing. They were pretty easy. The terrain rules, I think, was our biggest worry. And what I did off the bat is I made little sticky note, and of course it's less immersive, but I made little sticky notes and put them next to every piece of terrain, and it says, "This does these things."
That, I mean, to be fair, that makes it's a quick call. Kind of, it's the same as putting post-its in a codex, so you can flick to the page really easily. It's just on the model instead, which is easier. But did you? Oh, question for you: did you see the reveal video?
Yes. I caught just the last little bit of it where they did the recap of everything.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, interesting that.
Codex.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that it's a codex supplement.
Yep.
So
they're all fitting in the main vanilla codex now.
So you get everything from the main codex and all the new stuff as well from you.
Now, I'm still interested to see how that's going to go, because there are some things that we've been restricted from in the past, like we've never been able to take the big flyers that I'm blanking on, like a Storm Raven, I think.
Oh yeah.
It would be cool if we could take that and put one of our Axe and Shield dreads in it, or even Bjorn or Murderfang, fly it across and drop it off. That would be
that's kind of a cool, like, thematic thing in my head, seeing the Space Wolf Dreadnought just jumped in. That would be kind of cool to see.
I think that would be awesome. So it would be cool if we could get those things that we were limited on before. And then something Darren from Twisted Dice pointed out is that, you know, if everything's going kind of Primaris and they want to do that last hurrah to sell, you know, or at least boost sales on some of the Firstborn stuff, that's a great way to boost some sales. Is, hey, you armies that never had access to this can now take these things.
Yeah, but it's interesting as well seeing, because I watched the stream and they've got the heavy intercessors now, which are these intercessors in Gravis armor with bigger guns, and I was like, they look cool, and they've got 3 wounds, and I was like, ooh,
all the Gravis stuff gets 3 wounds. So
yeah, it's just they're a troops choice that's going to be 3 wound thing.
That's going to be pretty awesome.
I was like, it's anyone that's got the argument against Primaris, they look cool.
I love the way they look, and I know there are some traditionalists out there that don't like them compared to the way the Firstborn look, and I've just always loved the Primaris sculpts. But admittedly, I think part of that is paradigm. I'm only 5 years into the hobby, so I wasn't here long enough to be super attached to the way that the old stuff looks. You know,
yeah, understandable. Yeah, I to be honest with you, it's nostalgia fighting change, and that's all it ever is people's nostalgia is fighting the new change, because people don't like change and they love nostalgia, and it's just. But as long as you can kind of go, it was cool then, but the world evolves. This is cool now.
You ever seen the movie Last Samurai?
Yeah.
By the way, it's that whole traditional versus progression battle.
Yeah. That's as the way of the world. It's people. Yeah, all new stuff. People don't like it, so they rebel, and usually, eventually, the new takes if it's good, if it's got merit. But if it doesn't, then it usually just gets erased and thrown under the carpet pretty quickly. I'm trying to think. I can't think.
Do you mind if I catch up on the chat real quick?
Go for it.
There was the Death or Glory. Black Spray Studio says, where you could make an attack against a tank that was shocking you.
Yeah, they like throw a metal bomb underneath it or something.
Yeah, I remember my Space Wolves used to try and get in that last hammer blow against a charging tank or something. It's like, well, I can either kill it in this charge or this guy is gone.
Yeah, I remember those.
Is Freak always reversed? Sometimes.
It depends if you mean punching grandmas as a reversed way of thinking, then possibly.
I guess I could think of that as backwards thinking.
Yeah.
Weatherpig says, g'day. Weatherpig model painting. Hey, grumpy guy. I used a comment of yours in a video about constructive criticism, which is going to be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Have you ever had, I mean, you're a phenomenal painter, so I doubt you have had it personally, but I'm sure in your experience in the hobby, especially in a role that you've had like at ChillCon where you've been a teacher or mentor to other people and in your channel, have you come across people who have the extremely, maybe their outlook on painting has been downgraded by a negative experience with someone's criticism in painting?
Yeah, it's. I mean, usually those kind of people don't come up and talk to us. Unfortunately, you find out from them by talking to them. But the people that came up to us at ChillCon when we were talking, because we have Judge Gudge there, who's a Golden Demon winner, and Moggy, who is a phenomenal painter. Moggy is a born teacher, so Moggy will teach you anything. If you just say hello to him, he'll teach you something. He won't even say hello back. He'll just go, blah, 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 blah. He's like, thanks. And Judge is just miraculous. And whereas I will crack out whatever I do in a day, Moggy will show how to do all these things, and Judge will be painting one tiny mini for the entire day. But that one mini, oh dear Lord, yeah. But for to answer the question is, yes, there are people like that. However, I think our job as painters or as teachers is to try and encourage to get past it, because if anyone ever actually came up to you and said, mate, that's a bit, and like use some language, which I'm not going to do because I'm trying to be polite. Generally, I think everyone in the room would be, mate, just do one. Like, it's not really tolerated over here. So, like, if someone does that, you're just like, dude, get out of the room. Like, leave us. Like, everyone's here just to have fun. That's the kind of group I hang around with. But yeah, if anyone has come across that thing, and unfortunately, I think it's more if you do online. If you paint online and you put it up as a tutorial, unfortunately, you're at the mercy of the internet, and the internet's not a kind place in a lot of places. So, I tend to, and this is going to come like this may annoy a lot of people. I personally ignore a good 99% of comments. In fact, sometimes I don't even read them because I'm like, this is going south. I'm just like, nope, turn that one off, because it's better for your own psyche to just like go, well.
I agree. Yeah. I definitely, and I should work on my thick skin, but I definitely am one of those people who can get 99 compliments and then that one negative will just sit there and burn at me for a while. Like,
they're horrible when they happen. The thick skin thing, the easiest way I've done it is you can read it and you can try and digest it. If you try and analyze it, you're going down the wrong hole. The easiest thing to do is go, that guy's a bleep. I'm not going to say it, but and either delete it or just go, oh, I'm not looking at this anymore, and just move on somewhere else where vibes are better.
I have one, and I wish I had thought about this when I was talking to Weatherpig about his video, but he we saw at our store there. We used to have this when we had the group at our local game shop. There was this sweet retired older man that used to come in, and like he never moved on to 8th edition. He was just kind of he spent a long time learning 7th, and the rules were kind of tough for him, so he just kind of stuck with what he knew. And we'd still go up there, and I mean, even halfway through 8th, we were still there playing 7th edition games with him, just I mean, he's just a nice guy and fun to play against. Anyways, he was a good painter, and he painted up something for one of his friends, and he's like, "Yeah, just a little commission piece I did." And somebody just you could see like the color drain out of his face because somebody told him that his work was such shit that he would buy the commission from him for $20 just so that way he could dunk it in a bathroom
Yes.
and strip it. And
I remember. Wow. I remember hearing you talk about this story. To be honest with you, if that happened over here, that guy would have got on headbutted, then kicked in the nuts, and then thrown out of wherever he was. Because it's, I mean, to do it to an older person as well is like unfortunately, there's a certain level in the British psyche where we snap, and it's not that far off being rude. Because we can be rowdy with each other, we can be rude, but there's a certain invisible line. If you cross that line, violence is guaranteed, and if you don't want to be on the wrong side of that, it's really odd. Usually, the most sensible person in the room stops it and gets the person out of there before it happens. But if that invisible line is crossed, and I can't even tell you where it is. British people just lose it, and we turn into yobs and hooligans and all the bad things you've seen on TV with skinheads and stuff like that. We've all gotten in a bit of that in us, so and it's kind of like a righteous honor thing over here. I don't know, but yeah, it's horrible hearing stories like that.
Yeah, that's actually awesome to hear, though, that you guys. I like the way you phrased it, mobbing up, and I'm just imagining, we go somewhere. A pitchfork and torch, like in your garage or something.
Yeah, it's kind of almost full orc mode. It's literally like we just love fights. There are guys in England which love fighting. It's I don't understand it. I've met a few of them, and they are psychopaths. But some of them are the nicest people in the world. But they just love to fight, and I'm just like, okay, just don't hit me. That's all. Yeah, some of the weird people in the UK, but hey.
We've got Void Captain Bazooka in the chat. Good to see our Void Cap here. Oh, wow. Stuff has been popping. We've got Hobby Time with Heinrich Botha. Anyone noticed the new Death Guard terrain in the I did not notice that.
Yeah, there's a couple of stack towers in the back, which were like, they're new.
That's interesting. It's not always nostalgia when people talk about liking the different styles. The old Marines and the new Marines have a very different style, I think.
Yeah, I can see the old ones. I think have a more simplistic structure to them. I think the newer ones are more rounded, whereas the old ones rely on a mix between cylinders and squares. Is their common thing. So there's a lot more squareiness in the older, whereas the new ones are more spherical and cylindrical. So they kind of got a sleeker element to them. Whether or not you like that or not is completely your own personal.
I've never heard that kind of breakdown from someone. You need a hand from someone with a really artistic point of view, breaking it down to shapes and how we perceive them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the main thing is this is the strangest thing it comes to mind with the Primaris versus the Old Marines, is the knee pads. The knee pads are like a core element of where my vision gets drawn because it's got like that rim above it, and then the actual knee pad itself. If you hit that with the zenithal highlight, that stands out like a sore thumb. Okay. It's really like I don't really understand it. But the other thing as well is seeing an abdominal plate, because the old ones you had the chest and it pretty much hit the waist. You couldn't really see much, whereas now they've extended it up so the proportions fit a bit more. So it's personal preference. I still love the old stuff. I do like the new stuff as well.
Yeah, I have. If I had to pick, don't get me wrong, the Thunderwolves are my favorite model in all of 40K.
Mm-hmm.
But like just an overall aesthetic appeal, I do like the look and proportion and the sleekness of the Primaris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, better. Rivets and Daka subbing to each other with Weather Pig. Very cool. Community growth.
Yeah.
Um, I left your story for last, Mythos. It's the most impactful. Oh, thank you. I mean, I say thank you. I mean, obviously it's not a fun story. It's a sad story, but
Yeah.
it's good to hear, that, it being shared. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, but no one wants to hear it, and often they stink.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
I can tell you, as a countryman versus city, scene is where it is more a city issue about not showing respect.
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Life is like a pube on a toilet seat. Everyone's gonna get pissed off.
I like that analogy.
Mini War Mutt. Hey, I didn't paint it for your approval. I paint it to meet mine. A motto I have to repeat to myself when trolls come out.
Yeah,
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, the trolls. They're everywhere. As soon as you put something on the internet, they come out because they've got nothing better to do.
Running Bears, to give kind of a perspective on his, more rural aspect and outlook versus big city. He said he comes from a small town in California. 184 is what the sign says. That's not a massive population.
Jeez. That's not big at all. I mean, I come out from the sticks in this area, and I think our village was 2,000-3,000 people. And that's, it's pretty crazy for a village, but...
Do you feel like you see the same kind of, and this is kind of interesting, because, cultural divide across the pond and whatnot, right? Do you feel like you see the same kind of difference in type of people between rural and urban when you ever go from small location to city location?
Yeah, well, I mean, I live in a big town now, but I came from the suburbs. I was born in the suburbs in another county. Then I moved to the sticks. It's basically the countryside. When I was 8, and then when I was 29, I moved out. And I know it's late, but just me. I moved into the town where I am now, and the the switch between personality and ideology is very interesting because rural people, they know what everyone is doing, and they talk about it all the time, and you can't get away from the idiots. If there's an idiot about and you've only got one pub in the village, that idiot's going to be at the pub, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Whereas in a town, you got pizza, you got takeaways, you got all this stuff. You can go, no, I'm just going to stay at home. And there's loads of pubs, so I can just go to a different one. I think there's a certain element of rural countryside. I don't know if it's the same across the pond, but everyone knows about each other. Everyone talks about each other, but at the same time, no one cares about each other in a weird way. And it's like a very disjointed way of working. I never really understood it. So moving to the town's been fine because I'm just like, okay, cool. And yeah, town people you just go away. If you don't like something, you just go another direction because there's loads of places.
That's fair. I guess there's really no escapism in a small environment, but definitely if you need to get away in a big city, you can escape into kind of the obscurity there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a weird tangent story. There was a guy who was really annoying in the village where I was from. He used to go in a pub, and he was really annoying when he was sober. When he was drunk, he was really, really, really annoying. And sometimes you go on a Friday night, we used to just pile in the pub after work. And if he was there and he was really drunk, you're just like, oh, this evening's it's ruined. So you just go drinks. You have to organize something else to go find drinks somewhere else and go do something else. So yeah, the weirdness of rural life versus town. How weird hobby has gone into rural life versus how the world changes.
Absolutely. When Freak comes back, we'll show off some of the pictures of what you've been working on. But what kind of hobby updates do you have otherwise? What you been up to? Or is that what you got for a poke chop?
Oh, cool. Right. So I have been painting for the past 3 to 4 weeks. My Lizardmen army. My friends of mine are teaching me Warhammer Fantasy Battles, the old school one with square bases. And I've been decided to go with Lizardmen because dinosaurs.
Because dinosaurs.
Because dinosaurs, you know.
Do you get the Carnosaur in the old school fantasy base?
Mhm.
Carnosaur is one of my favorite models. It's so cool.
Carnosaur, Troglodon, which is basically a big Spinosaurus.
I can't wait to see your Carnosaur.
Yeah, I've kind of created a list where I've got like 5 of them.
Nice.
just go full Jurassic Park on this.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'll go trying to write a list as well where I've got 6 or so Stegodons, so basically a Triceratops herd. Again, I'm just like full on Jurassic Park this. But I decided to try and get the roughest part of the painting out of the way and try and paint up all the like core troops first. And me being me, decided to try and hit it all in one hit. But I think I thought I'd done it all, and then I realized that not quite, because I got them lot down there, which are Lodosaurus, and then I got a bunch of Temple Guard up here, and I thought, cool, that's them all done. And then I realized the actual most common troop choice you take are skinks. So I've now got to paint a bunch of skinks, so I've got to do all that.
I was about to say, I've never seen. I've. It's hard for me to think of a project that has lasted you 4 weeks, but I see there's a couple of design changes there that probably threw that off.
Yeah. I mean, the Temple Guard, they're kind of ornate, and we're talking like 150 models here as well. So, it's delayed me a little bit.
150 models. You want to hear my model count for the year?
Yeah.
My model count for the year stands at 91. 91. Wow. So 150 in one project. Woo.
Yeah. It's becoming a common trend sort of thing now, to be honest. I'm going to try every year around Christmas time. We usually do a wargaming quiz, and hopefully we can have the guys from the network on. Now, Spud did the questions last year. I want to do the questions this year, and one of the questions is, and I give everyone a heads up on this, how many models have I painted this year?
Oh my god, it's going to be like the jelly bean counting game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even sure. I've got to go back and count, but that's... I think I'm into the thousands already. I'm pretty sure I'm into the thousands. I think. I'm not sure.
So my earlier iteration of this show was like Wolf Brother Wednesdays, the live show I used to do.
Oh, yeah.
And, at the time, one thing that was really popular at the end of the year was a video of how many models have I painted up this year. And so that year that I was doing that, I had to actually go back and try and look at like Facebook posts and previous videos and try and ballpark it the best I could. So ever since then, for the last 2 years, I've started a little journal of every time I complete a model, I just map it out.
Oh, cool.
Dates and what did I paint and what's my running total.
Nice.
So that's kind of a fun little way to keep it up.
I definitely would not stay on top of that.
I mean, you'd have to pencil in just
books
armies.
And books.
Yeah, you just have to pencil in armies. Okay, skink army, 150 models.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, COVID has no. Unfortunately, COVID hit. However, on the flip side of that, it made me far more productive on painting because I had to work from home and no one was doing anything. So I wasn't getting any phone calls, and I was sitting there. It's just like, I'm at my hobby desk, so why not? And yeah, I think I've finished 4 armies already. 5 armies? 6th army? I think. Since March, effectively. So yeah, it's made me far more productive, but it has put a belly on me as well, which I'm going to be putting out on Monday, hopefully.
Now, are you worried that you're painting up all these models and that when you get into Warhammer Fantasy Battle that maybe the Lizardmen won't do very well?
I'm pretty sure they won't do very well. As
Well,
far as
I'm given to understand that if you play Lizardmen in Warhammer Fantasy Battle, that the army really skinks.
Wow. Did you Google that one? I fully expect them to suck, and I fully expect me to suck. However, Jurassic Park and dinosaurs is all
Jurassic
I'm
Park
leaning
and
into. Yeah.
I
Awesome.
mean, what better reason to play than, hey, I can play Jurassic Park in this game?
Yeah, it's strange. The guys I play with, they've been into fantasy since day dot, effectively. So I'm the new guy when it comes to it, and they're all into like Bretonians and the Empire and Skaven and like goblins. So all that character element of Warhammer Fantasy, which everyone loved, and I've come in completely like I was like, I'm gonna choose one of the most soulless armies you can think of is Lizardmen, and I'm gonna run dinosaurs at you, and everyone's gone, huh? And I'm like, watch it happen, because it's going to be really funny, because either I'm going to charge in, no one's going to expect it, I'm going to do awesome, or I'm going to charge in and I'm going to die.
So you've got a lot of experience in the mini world. Did you not play Fantasy when it was out before?
No, I collected a Lizardmen army. Fantasy rules always eluded me. I couldn't. There was an element in my life where rules understanding switched, and I started understanding them. But I don't think I was like 22, I think, when that happened. So like the early years of my life, I just liked painting, but I had no clue what I was doing with games. And I met a good friend of mine, and he taught me how to play. And ever since then, it's been 40k, 40k, 40k. Then it went Horus Heresy. It's only been in the past maybe 3-4 years that I've expanded into other game systems. So like a Song of Ice and Fire is big on my list right now. That's a really fun game.
Gosh, some of those models are so cool. Grumpy Guy sent me Wolf Brother Loves Wolves.
Oh, cool.
One of the House Stark soldiers.
Oh, nice, cool. Yeah, Stark's a really good starter army. If you ever want to get into them, they're a really good army because they're kind of brutal. The fun element of that game is the fact that you've got playing cards, so you play it a little bit like poker as well as playing Warhammer at the same time. Because you can do things. If something happens, you go, I'm going to play this. So it's kind of almost, I would say poker or maybe Magic the Gathering / Yu-Gi-Oh! Combined with Warhammer is the best way I can kind of surmise it. But looking into that, I'm also now looking, my new interesting hobby is Marvel Crisis Protocol. Haven't played a game yet, but loving the minis. So
The minis are gorgeous.
Yeah. I before we went live, I started assembling Thanos. So that's going to be fun. But I recently you might, if anyone doesn't know this, there is a company called Asmodee. You ever heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
No, right. Okay. So Asmodee produces or manufactures the minis for a lot of games that you might have heard of, like Star Wars Legion.
Okay.
A Song of Ice and Fire, Marvel Crisis Protocol. A lot of the big games that are sort of sub GW level are produced by Asmodee. Asmodee is terrible at providing stock. Absolutely terrible. I've never come across it ever where things go into rare status so quickly, and it could be like a month they're in stock, next minute they're out of stock, and then you won't see them for a year and a half.
Oh man,
it's horrible.
They need
But
to work out their supply demand.
yeah, it's really bad. So unfortunately the community's kind of hacked into it, and they're going, that's free, that's available. So they'll buy it in bulk or whatever, and then wait until it's gone rare, and then fling it up on eBay, which is
the scalper problem is real.
Yeah. But recently Venom's come back in stock, so I've got myself a copy of Venom now, which I'm super excited about. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I assume you're going to do one of those cool blue to black color transitions.
Yeah, I saw. I was gonna. There's a guy called Sarastro. Have you seen that channel? Right, check it out on YouTube. Everyone, go check out. It's a guy called Sarastro. He's got something like 96,000 subscribers, but he paints a lot of the Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff, and they're really in depth. They're really, really good. It's kind of like watching. Did you ever? I don't know if it was the same in the US, but in the UK, you'd have videos to teach kids and like how to do things and stuff when you're at school. It's
Yep.
kind of like one of those. So it's like, today we're going to do this. You'll need this, this, and this. Let's get started. And then it's really quite interesting. But yeah, go check out Sarastro. But he's done some amazing paint jobs. I'm going to try one a bit like his, and then I saw another one where they're doing it like comic book style, and one half of him's red and one half of him's blue.
Interesting.
And I was like, ooh, that's kind of a cool lean into Carnage. So I might have a bash at doing something like that as well.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh wow, 100K. He's got him a play button. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're really. It's a good channel to if you ever want like an hour's worth of just chilling, listening to someone talk to you how to do something is really cool.
Very nice. Very nice.
So yeah, apart from that's pretty much me. I know it's a bit more convoluted and longer than a lot of things, but yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you have any plans to get in your first game of the night?
Yeah. There's a tournament coming up soon in my local game store, but I've declined it at the moment because 40k is not on my radar at the moment. I do want to, but there's other things that have got my attention right now. I will get into Ninth, but yeah, as I said, there's just a lot of other things on the radar at the moment which are kind of exciting. So get those done.
That would be, of course, I don't paint armies as quickly as you, but getting a brand new Necron army for myself, that would be like, I need to play the new thing. Like, we're playing we're playing a couple of games with a couple of friends of ours. We're calling it 40K and barbecue next Saturday, and I'm bringing my white scars literally just because I have a bunch of stuff I painted just before or during lockdown.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen the table yet. It may not be the best army composition, but it's the stuff I painted. Like I've got my Contemptor with wings that I call my Warhawk Contemptor.
Oh, cool.
I want to take it.
Nice.
I built a Stormhawk Interceptor for my white scars.
Oh, nice.
In January, there was the deodorant stick land speeder challenges going around.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a land speeder, I did a Stormhawk.
Nice.
Scratch built, and it looks cool. It doesn't look like a deodorant stick anymore. It looks kind of like a model. So I want to play it. So I checked with you guys and asked if the scratch build was okay, and they were all cool with it. So not because it's awesome. I'm actually taking out my very cool and efficient Xiphon Interceptor out of my list, even though that performs probably better, and just putting this in because I want to use it and I think it looks cool.
Oh, that's cool. It's it reminds me of like a 90s cartoon kind of ship.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
Nice. I want to say like Starcom, if you ever watched that.
What Star what?
Starcom.
Oh no, I don't think I've seen one.
They had a cartoon, but the toy range, all the action figures have magnets in their feet. And they're like bases and everything, and you just basically magnetize guys upside down, sideways, and everything. It's
nice.
Yeah, very nostalgic 90s reference if anyone remembers Starcom.
I never saw that one, but I'm definitely all about 90s references.
Yeah, like Jason and Wheel Warriors and stuff like that. Do you remember that?
No.
No? Oh, Vitas!
Did I get different cartoons over here?
They were American.
I don't know.
Jason and the Wheeled Warriors? Never? Ulysses? Ulysses? Am I just is it Ulysses?
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a cartoon for that either.
Oh, they were like manga style cartoons as well. And like the era of Thundercats and all that lot as well. Oh, I'm gonna have to send you some links, dude. I'm trying to think of other ones.
Sure.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Lily just pointed out that I might have also been in Germany at the time, which in case the only English channel I got was the Armed Forces Network.
right. Fair point. Fair point. I'll send you some links to him. Oh,
Yes, please.
did you ever watch the cartoon Mask? Not the green
Yes.
face guy. You watched the bit where they have their helmets come down.
Mask and Centurions were
Yes.
like some of my favorite jams there.
Nice. Cool. So it was the same kind of wavelength. Yeah. Okay.
In fact, Centurions was that cartoon my brother and I would play as if we were characters from that. And that's the kind of game we would go get lost in the woods for hours, fighting bad guys, shooting stuff, yelling out power extreme and putting on different armors and
Nice.
back filthy at the end of the day.
How about Visionaries? Did you ever see that?
Visionaries enough.
Oh, mate, they had a script like a weird like diamond chest plate, like they had like old school medieval armor and a chest plate, and then they would be signed like an animal totem that would be like stored in their chest plate, and when they wanted to, they could change into that animal. So like one of them would be a lion, you could just turn into a lion.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I'll send you some links, dude. They're awesome.
That sounds really cool.
All right.
I don't.
Yeah.
Void Captain says I don't worry about other people's opinions on my models. I'm making models for myself. They don't like how I've done it. Doesn't matter. I'm not making it for them. If they've got useful criticism, that's different. But not had any of that yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not where I came from. It was like having aunts and uncles at your. Oh, talking about his experience coming from a small town. It was like having aunts and uncles at every house.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone knew everything. Oh, everyone knew everything. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Running Bear also loves the Lizardman models.
Cool.
Lupus says he doesn't care what he thinks or what others think of his models. I just care about the enjoyment and the tears I will feast upon them when my army crushes them under the table.
Love it.
To see them driven before you. Nobody locked their doors when I was young. Everyone was at everyone's house at some part of the day.
Yeah. I used to have a friend that used to walk into my house, and many times I'd walk home and I get home from school and he'd be in my room playing computer games. And I'd be like, "Why? Did you have the day off or what?" Yeah, rural countryside thing. That kind of stuff happens a lot.
Nice. Running, a Weather Pig is stuck painting 20 Lizardmen, and he is actually he's all about painting and not gaming now. And he's very singular model focused. So batch painting 20 for him.
Yeah.
That's a real chore for him at the moment.
Yeah. They're not the greatest, like the Saurus are not the greatest standard models, but like ranked up they look amazing, but singularly. Yeah.
91 models is not a shameful amount, Mythos. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
it's just my annual total is part of a couple week project for Elstonation.
Yeah, I still need to do that batch painting video to try and explain it to everyone how it's done, because it's just it's a mindset thing. That's all.
Yeah, I got to work on that. If I paint, like I have 30 orc boys, and I've been painting them in batches of 5 to 10 at a time. This last batch was just 3. I'm just not good at batch painting. Like I did the big stuff in batch. I did all their skin tones. Kind of in the same go. I re-blacked in all the parts that need to be black, or at least layered in black underneath, because pewter gray does not look good on top of green. So anything that needed to be black, I've blacked everything in. I've done all the skin tones, and I've done the rust effects on just about all of them. But all the details and stuff like that, I had to break into batches of.
Yeah. To be fair, there's one thing about batch painting which it's really boring.
It is.
It's really boring. I'm just stubborn. That's all.
I also think a weakness in myself as a painter is if I don't see progress, and my definition of progress mentally probably needs improving, but it's hard for me to adjust. if I don't see progress, I start feeling defeated.
Mm.
And so, like, it's like, oh, I spent 2 hours and I don't see any change. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't put the rust effects on, like, 20 different guys. But in my mindset, only one little bit of color changed on each guy, so I don't really see the progress.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll cheat like I did this go around and just knock out 3 boys, so that way I could see some go through the stages and then reach the end goal. You know, and there's that satisfaction.
Yeah,
And,
that's it. It's a satisfaction element. As long if you get satisfaction after doing 3, that's cool. Like I don't get any satisfaction for a month. Wow, that's the same. How to dig out of a hole. But when this is gonna sound even worse. When I do get satisfaction, I get a lot of satisfaction.
a lot of satisfaction.
A lot of satisfaction.
All at once, too.
Oh yeah, like
Just comes pouring out of you.
what? It's a day's worth of just satisfaction all day. Yeah. Well, that went sideways, but
Par for the course here on this channel. Elston is a machine. He absolutely is. I finished 1 mini in 20 years. Got lots being built, though, says Rivets and Daka. But that 1 mini, that biker that's you, that was an awesome project. So I'm looking forward to what you do next.
Cool.
Spud is back. He's got a 55-incher mounted on his wall, tilted towards his face now. That's pretty awesome. TV, 55 inches.
I was going to say...
Ooh, that could go anywhere. He's got a 55-inch Python. No, 55 TV mounted.
Pointed at his face.
Don't quit your day job, Mythos. What was I doing other than my day job? I mean, I guess I agree. I've forgotten what that reference was to already. It's that CRS thing. Spud. There, I smashed the like button. Now go paint. You rock, Spudster. Playing a little Fallout for now. I love the Fallout games, and the minis I definitely want to get a couple of eventually. And actually, I've kind of started at one point a little Fallout game that I need to adjust some on the GM side and the story side, but using one of the White Wolf systems for Fallout, that's been kind of fun, and I kind of want to paint up some minis for the game in the future.
Nice.
Oh, my mic is failing. How to adjust that on the go gear? Any advice on recording a battle report? Should I stop and play or just go with it? So a lot of people like the record every dice roll and, the whole thing on the go. Some people do the camera up in the corner and just kind of watch from above. Personally, I like the free moving the camera around so that way you can get in and see stuff on the battlefield. And then, of course, I like watching longer battle reports, but I feel like you really need a good setup for that, good equipment for it. I feel like unless you have the right setup for it, the round by round recaps seem to be the easiest and, a nice condensed version of what you're doing. That's just kind of my thoughts. What are your thoughts, Elstonation?
Likewise. I think if you wanna do it step by step thing, you need a bit more gear to be able to pull it off, or just have a camera constantly in your face recording. A bit like mini wargaming do. I'm guessing maybe they've got 2 cameras, and they film it from their side and film it from their side. But you've got to be kind of tactical about what you film, because you don't want to see. You want to film a guy moving each model. Like, there's no point in doing that. But like Wargame Online, they got a crazy gear to pull off battle reports, but it looks awesome.
Oh yeah, Wargamer Online has definitely some really crisp ones. Twisted Dice, really crisp ones. Mini Wargaming, like you mentioned, they've all got brilliant setups for it.
So yeah, if you don't have that kind of gear or you don't have the time to edit that kind of stuff, I probably would go round for round recap or after each turn or phase recap, you just go, I did this phase, or do this phase, and then run it like that. Just don't show the whole thing, because Nah. Takes far too long to film and play at the same time.
Yeah, they definitely. Like this past, we wanted to get in 2 to 3 games this past weekend, and also we were still kind of learning. Like Atlas hadn't had a game of ninth yet, and so we decided not to film because trying to teach, learn, and fit in 2 to 3 games while filming wasn't all going to fit in this time that we had allotted. So you got to plan your games to take longer if you're going to record. That's another great tip. So definitely good forethought there. We were actually talking about that for this coming 40K and barbecue that we're doing this weekend, because I said, hey, do we want to take the time to film this? I know we're trying to get through several games. And Atlas mentioned that as a viewer, you'd rather, instead of just seeing a recap of our day, you would rather see full battle reports, and if we got to cut out one of the games to be able to fit it in, that he'd be willing to sacrifice that. So hopefully we'll have some great battle reports after this next weekend.
Cool.
Or I mean, like not great like the channels we just mentioned earlier. Like great for us. If you guys are down with
kind of chilling out, hanging out.
Yeah, that's what our battle reports are. They're not really great battle reports, but it is a couple of bros chilling together with the game. Is what it is for us.
It's kind of like Chilling Wargamers on podcast side of things. You could have Joe Rogan podcasts, which are professional. They talk to interesting people and stuff like that. Or there's Chilling Wargamers, where we talk about not wax on, wax off. Something else.
Just up and down stroke.
Just up and down stroke. So,
oh man, if you guys want some laughter that will almost bring you, or may in fact bring you to tears, check out Chilling Wargamers, the very last live chat. It was hilarious stuff, and I got to play just a little bit of a part of that. So.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Grumpy says Marvel Crisis Protocol is a great game, so I think you're going to enjoy that. Of course, cool. And then looking at some of the stuff you and Brambleden have been sharing, and then some of the unboxings that Grumpy has done. The minis are so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's nice that they're all hard plastic as well, so you're not really worried about it warping or anything like that. That's the problem with resin, because sometimes it's bendy or floppy and stuff. You're like, oh. Whereas this is all clean cut, so hopefully going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I'm interested to see if a Big D will do another challenge. I was mentioning the deodorant stick challenge. So something. Actually, I'm not going to jump into that until Freak comes back. But there are definitely announcements coming from us and Gamecraft Dragon this month. So check that out. If you're subbed to Big D, make sure that you check out the Gamecraft Dragon. There will be a challenge there, and we're gonna have a little one of our own, just a little one-shot model of piece that we're gonna do.
Ooh, interesting.
Hey guys, I'd forgotten it's GW announcement day. Yeah, some cool stuff came out today. We chatted about that a little bit earlier. Visionaries, the toys had holograms in the chest.
Yeah, they did.
That sounds familiar. I think while I may not be familiar with the show, I swear I could remember seeing
Google
the toys.
Google it and see if you can find out what the pictures look like, see if it triggers something. Because, a lot of these things, I'm like, I don't know. And then you Google it, you're like, oh, no, and like all your memories go, it'll unlock again. If you see it and you don't recognize it, then it's a no-go.
Oh, I never watched this show. I don't think I had the channel for it or whatever. This was definitely when I was in Germany, and the Armed Forces Network didn't get it. But it would, the toys and sometimes the cartoon clips with the toys would come on TV there, and I would see the commercials, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want to watch that." But we only had one channel in Germany, like I said, it was the Armed Forces Network, and so I didn't get this show. But I do remember wishing I could watch this one.
Did you ever see Dino Riders? Nah. Oh, I'm gonna catch you off on like 10 years worth of nostalgic cartoons and ethos.
Holy crap! I never even saw toys or cartoons for this, or advertisements for this one.
Dino
Riders. That was cool.
Yeah, dinos with like big guns on them. It was just like, that's cool.
Nice. Freak just sent me a message saying he's wrapping up with his work stuff. Unfortunately, you know how it goes when work calls.
That's fair enough.
The announcement is new Marines that replace the old Marines. Necrons, Dark Angels don't get a codex till early next. Necrons and Dark Angels don't get a codex till early next year.
I think the Necrons. I don't know. I think the Necrons are getting theirs with Space Marines.
Yeah, I think it was new Marines, the Space Marines, and the Necrons, and Dark Angels.
Yeah, and then it's the Blood Angels, because, it was Space Marines, Necrons, and then the other 4 to run out the year are Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Death Watch, and Death Guard.
It's interesting. One Chaos, one Xenos, one Chaos, and then a bunch of Marines.
Yeah, I'm guessing all they have to do is bolt-ons for the Space Marine side of things. So
Dave says, well, that sucks balls. No Orc Codex incoming.
Nah.
Or does that suck knobs? No?
Yeah, you're turning into Spud with the knob jokes.
Have a good night, Weather Pig. Get some rest.
Good night, dude.
Orcs, Tyranids, Chaos Marines, other than Death Guard, Eldar, Dark Eldar, or Tau. Although I don't care about them. That's right. Who cares about Tau? Who cares about Tau?
Yeah, the army that's got so many more guns and so many more new mechs and everything, but you're still like, yeah.
Do you have one of those, by the way? So for me, the army that has beaten me into the ground and I can't stand anymore is Tau. For Spud and Blood Angels. For Freak, it's Necrons. Do you have one of those trigger armies?
I have a combined 2 armies which drove me nuts. Drukhari, or Dark Elder, is one of them, like massively overpowered in 8, like crazy overpowered. But it used to be mates of mine would team up Eldar and Dark Elder versus my army, and
oh no,
instantly, like every time I thought I was like, yeah, I can take these guys, yeah, I can take them. No.
So you must not like Ynnari either. The combination of them.
They never took Ynnari. They took Eldar, and they took Samehan and Obsidian Rose, I think, was the Drukhari Dark Elder. But yeah, those two tag team together are a disgusting army to play against. But I am super excited because I was playing Death Court with Krieg, and they've announced that they're redoing the rules for him, and they're coming out at the end, before the end of the year. So it means I get a new update to my Krieg army, which I'm super excited about.
Do you think they're going to refresh any of the models? Because they showed kind of the Death Corps army. However, I mean, I'm not sure how much I don't think in any of the other stuff that they showed did they really show just old models that they had. So they showed, they talked about Death Corps when they were like, hey, this Imperial armor's coming out. But they also kind of showed some Death Corps. You think they'll refresh any of that?
What you think, models wise or rules wise?
Oh, I mean, obviously they got to get some rules. But what do you think about models?
It's an interesting one because Death Corps don't just have the standard troops guys. They've got a few other things which are kind of buried all over the place with Forge One. It's just you think of them as Imperial Guard, but they kind of sit in the Death Corps sort of realm. So like heavy mortars, thud guns, the Death Riders. So I don't know. It would be really cool to see that, but I think they might go, well, it's a bit of a gamble because I don't know if they would want to push out a new Imperial Guard army, which would eclipse the current Imperial Guard army. I don't know. I mean, personally, I'd love it if it was.
They kind of have similarly, like. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, just go for it, dude.
I was just going to get kind of similarly is that a lot of the stuff they have released for Imperial Guard recently have all been specifically Catachan. And so a push with a different Imperial Guard aspect, might
Yeah.
add some of that variety without eclipsing it too much.
True. I think Catachan's always kind of been in plastic, and so is Cadian. So I think that, yeah, I think those two are the kind of solid core guard side of things. I keep on calling guard not Astra Militarum because they're always going to be guard, but they still got actual GW IP ones which they could bring back out, like the Mordian Iron Guard, the Praetorians, Talon Desert Raiders, Steel Legion. They could bring them back, but I don't know if the Death Corp were there and they're selling in Forge World, then it might just go, well, they're selling, and leave them alone, maybe. And if the new rules come out that work, it might boost sales in Forge World. Forge World's more expensive.
That's fair. That's fair. Spud is back again. He's talking to us from the bath. Well, hello there.
Don't get him excited. And call me afterwards. I'm in the bath. Oh no.
The Pirate Queen Pickle
Hello.
is here. Good evening, Queen. Running Bear's trigger is not a specific army, but anything that does mortal wounds. It's his least favorite mechanic in the game, and he wishes mortal wounds would be taken out of the game.
They are an interesting thing because you don't get any saves from them at all.
They're interesting, and everyone can do them to an extent. So I think it's kind of interesting, but everybody's got their thing that bothers them, right? Cow bother me, Eldar you, Spud Angels.
Yeah, I'm so happy about the Spud Angels.
The Spud Angels are definitely funny. Will you be doing more Spud Angels in the future?
I'm intending on the community doing more Spud Angels. I'm going to launch a campaign. We make a Spud Angels army, and then
a Spud Angels.
Then we will go to Chilcon or some other event, and we will fight Spuds orcs with Spud Angels.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I will take away his drink and run away because he will kill me if I do that. Yeah. That's the Spud Angels I think it's going to be a fun project because one, it annoys Spud, which is always entertaining, and I'm sure he will have retaliation on the horizon. At which point I will be furious and angry, and I will create more retaliation, and they'll become an arms race to annoy each other. And also, it'd be kind of cool to get everyone involved with.
I'm having trouble imagining anyone bothering you to that extent.
Yeah. Unless you paint it uphill. What army annoys me?
An Elston Eldar?
Yeah, possibly. I don't think anything's triggered me for a long time. There's got to be something. That'll be an interesting journey to find out what annoys me if anyone posts something up and it annoys me.
For the pickle jar, it's Fajita Friday on a Saturday.
That's amazing. I want fajitas now.
I want fajitas now too. Okay.
Yeah. Let's get some food. Here's the thing.
All right. So you said you watched a little the stream with all the new stuff showed today. What were some of your favorite takeaways? What are some of the things you thought were cool?
So that new land speed is pretty awesome. The only thing I'm not sure on it, and I wish they kind of just didn't bother with it, is the little guy right at the back with his head poking up by the missile launchers. You seen that?
I didn't notice that.
So
they kind of went by kind of too quickly because I only watched the last video, and the three different types kind of popped by real quick.
Yeah, pause it when you see it, and you'll see the two guys flying in this cool, like, hovering, flying tank of death, and you're like, cool. And then right between the two missile pods, there's a little head. Just like this. And I'm like, why? Why?
You know what would be cool to replace on there is like an R2-D2 head.
Yeah. See, like, it's just like that. It does look like R2-D2's head. It's just, I'm like, why would you do that? It's just, like, there's sensors and there's, like, surely you've seen they've got cameras, surely, in, like, 40K and targeting systems. Just be inside. Just don't have your head.
Running Bear said the same thing. Make him into an R2-D2 and you can pretend it's Star Wars.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to do that. Then we'll make it into, like, a weird X-Wing, Y-Wing thing. We can make it into an X-Wing. It's probably got a good enough shape that we can probably pull off X. Might try that. X-Wing land speeder. Yes.
Alfie, my man. Make sure that you eat your fajitas, eat all your food, don't leave a scrap, and have a great day from Frosted Fists.
Yes. Eat the food. I said so.
Rivets and Dak is having bacon, lettuce, and tomato toasted sandwiches tonight, dressing Olive Garden. Oh man, I love a good BLT.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Spray Black Studio says that guy will now forever be known as Brother Tinnitus. That's always going to be the guy at the front of the Mario Kart. I've got a touch of that, by the way, from Firearms.
Yeah, I got
hearing.
I got a little bit of it from being in a heavy metal band for about 5 years.
What? You were in heavy metal? Okay, story time.
Really?
Yeah.
all right, okay. So, let's do a quick recap. Left school, went to college for a year, dropped out, went to work with my dad for 2 years, dropped out of that, went back to college for 2 years, did art, met the bassist in my band at that point in time, and I could shout pretty well. So couldn't sing.
Wait, you were a metal singer?
Yeah, I couldn't play an instrument. I could just shout. And then he introduced me to the band, and then we started jamming, and it was like 2 years later before we actually figured out how to write a song. And then we kind of got into the groove and the swing of things, and we started writing some songs, started doing some gigs and stuff like that. This is when I had hair and I had dreadlocks down to my ass.
What?
Yeah, you want to see the pictures? Have a look on my Facebook page. Go see. There's pictures of me with big old dreadlocks.
That's getting added to Art of the Week. Is there anywhere where one can go listen to some of this music?
No, this was in the era of MySpace. So it was loaded onto MySpace so you could hear it played then. However, MySpace is no longer existent. I think everything else has just been on CD. So I've got a couple of digitals, but it's not. I would not put anything out to the world to let them deal with that because, yeah, we were okay for the time, but I'll listen back. You found it.
Oh my goodness.
So you might see a couple of pictures of me at a festival. That's Download Festival, otherwise known as Monsters of Rock, where it's a festival which happens around June in the UK, and it's just heavy metal for the whole time.
All right. How many subs would it take to get you to post one of those songs?
What is my channel on? My channel was on 2,800. If I got to 3,000, I think I'd be kind of intrigued. But obviously, I'm not doing it today because.
All right, guys, 3,000. We got to get 3,000 so we can hear Elstonation metal screaming.
God. Yeah, it's So yeah, it was fun. We did an album. Wasn't recorded terribly well. We did record one song which was done pretty well.
This looks like an album cover. Getting that one.
There were some actual professional photoshops. We got like a photo shoot done as well at one point, and there's a point where I unpicked all of my dreadlocks, so I had long wavy hair for a point in time, and then I got bored and cut it off.
Ooh, those are getting added.
So yes, a freak is going to be really surprised when he comes back. Like, oh, and here is what? Like, yeah. So yeah, I was in a metal band for a bit, and then we kind of moved on. Politics, life, it stopped being fun, so we stopped doing it. Those guys moved on; they did other bands, and I think they're all kind of happy now doing whatever they do. And yeah, but it was a fun point in my life.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I played, rhythm guitar.
Oh, nice.
A little bit in high school.
Cool.
about a year. That's it. I've never made it to a hardcore metal band like you. That's awesome.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that's where half of my ability to talk to the internet, effectively talk to a camera, came from, because it pushed when I had to do gigs. I was terrified, and every single time I was terrified. Every single time I was nervous, and I couldn't stop it. There was nothing I could do to overcome it.
The guy in those pictures doesn't look like he's afraid of anything.
No, the thing is, you got just like the thing in the back of your head, which turns off the feelings, has to take over and just pushes you out there, and you got to do it. And it's also learning to have a thicker skin. It's like some people aren't going to like it. That's that. And yeah, you just go on. Some people love it. We had some great gigs. We had some really rubbish gigs, and yeah, it's just life. Something good, something's bad.
Oh, Pickle Jar also has tinnitus from the punk band. That's got to be story time. Oh my goodness.
We're gonna have to find some pictures of Pickle now in the punk band. Please tell me he's got a mohawk. Please tell me he's got a mohawk. That'd be amazing.
Oh man, Gamecraft Dragon was a lead singer in a Led Zeppelin cover band for a year and a half.
Nice.
And another band that never sobered up enough to play a gig. That's awesome. That's so many musicians here. It's funny. It's funny. Yes. The things we find out from one comment of Brother Tinnitus. And
when you see the pictures, everyone, that's I do apologize. I was in my younger phase and I thought I was cool.
Man, those pictures are awesome, man. Nothing to apologize for. Actually, you look a little bit like Six Pac / X-Pac from WW.
Yeah. Little bit.
Got the Gamecraft Dragon, says, "What's up?" Pickle Jar still has their album. How many subs is it going to get for you to post yours?
Yeah, we have to do that with Pickle as well.
Guys, 3,000. We can have Elstonation metal screaming, guys.
God. Well, we'll see if that's happened next time I'm on. If that is the case, I'll send you the file. If I've still got to see if I've got it somewhere. I'm pretty sure I have, but
that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So what is, if you can talk about it, what is one of the coolest memories you have from being in a band?
So there's two in mind. I'll tell you about the one which there's one story which involves a groupie. Nothing really bad, but it was a really fun evening and gig. But that's as much as I'm going to tell you. So it doesn't go down pervy route or anything like that, but it was quite entertaining. The other time was when we had a local club around here. It used to be called Level 3, but for a long time it was called the Furnace. And that's where we played, and it was underground. You go downstairs, and there was the dance area was kind of caged off, and there were gargoyles and stuff which sat at the entrance to this cage thing. And there would be like a kind of pit, and then the stage would be up, and they had stuff they had Mastodon played there, they had Skindred played there, a lot of big bands played there at one point, and at one point we were releasing an album. I think we were releasing the album, and all of our friend bands, we were like, dude, we want to put on a gig there because we're releasing an album. Do you want to play? And they said, yeah. So a lot of our friends' bands played as well with us, and we headlined, and the place got sold out, and it was kind of strange being in a club of 500 people that were there, sort of cheering for you and all having a good time. That was kind of one of the coolest memories that I can remember. The another one is played this smaller gig, and one of our songs had a jazz solo in it, a jazz bass solo. Oh no! 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 Oh, is it just me? How strange. Mythos gone. I'm in charge of the show now. Right, everyone. I've now taken over the Frost and Fish show. You can only see half of my head. Like if I do this, you might be able to see me. Oh, wonderful. How is everyone today? Welcome to the Frost and Fish show. My name's Elstonation. I'm not supposed to be here usually, but I'm now the only one here. Yeah. How is everyone today? Let's catch up on the chat. It's weird. I'm taking over someone's channel. Elsa. Yes. Oh dear. Right. Play. Elsa's head like cataphractic terminators. Yes, it is. This is amazing. If I watch myself on the YouTube side of things, I'll tell you what I could do. I'm gonna. Let's see if I can do this. Oops. There we go. Right. So if I do that, is this going to work? If I do this, I think, yeah, I'm a little bit higher up so you can see my face now. Hello! I don't know where Mythos is. I don't know where Freak is. I've been left alone. I need an adult. Oh, God. This is amazing. Also, in fact, if you don't pay attention, Elstonation will take over your channel. Yes, this is another fact. Yeah. You're small, Elston, but you can't angle the camera. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, hide your children indeed. No, don't be silly. I'm not coming after people's children. I'm coming after their wives. Joking. I went to make a cup of tea, came back, felt Elston had broken the tech. I did. Like I did on a live stream where I was running the tech, I broke it. And now I've broken this one. Mythos is back! Hello, good sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
Just my internet connection decided to die for 1 second.
Don't worry. Everyone thinks it's the new Elstonation fact that if you don't pay attention, I will basically take over the channel.
I'm so sorry. You were just talking about how you were releasing your album and your friends came to do the album with you.
Oh right, yeah, sure. Sorry. So yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
So just to recap, everyone. Yeah, we had like 500 people in the gig, in the kind of sold out the venue. Everyone had a great time. It was an awesome evening. It's one of the most fun evenings I've had. Another time,
you sold out a venue that some really big names had sold out before you.
We had a lot of friends in the area.
Well, no, I mean, you said also like some other people had played there before you, right? Some other bands.
Yeah. I mean, we're not talking like it wasn't a monster club, so I think the capacity was about 500 people. So,
but still, the fact that big names had come before you and you also sold the place out—that's awesome.
Yeah, I tried to ground myself as much as humanly possible in that era because there was. And I did that by hanging around with people that weren't into metal, because it was too easy, and I saw it with a lot of my friends go egotistical, and I just didn't. Like I didn't want that. So I purposely hung around with my friends who were my friends before I got into the music, and they were into other kinds of music, and they ground me down. So if I ever got egotistical, they would just like whatever, dude. And a common thing would happen is I'd be walking around town, someone would come up and stop and talk to me. My friends wouldn't even stop. They'd just carry on walking, and they're like, well, he's doing it again. And so I'd have to go sort of say hello to the person and go, right, bye, and just run away because I had to catch up with my friends. Yeah, it was a good way of grounding yourself. The really, really funny moment which we had is we created a really weird song where it was kind of like thrash death metal, but in the middle of it had a jazz bass solo. It was like it just switched from, and we decided to tell everyone while the thrash death metal's going on, don't mosh pit, don't do anything, just bounce your heads. But as soon as that jazz solo kicks in, wall of death, like mosh pit. So at one point we got everyone having a giant old fight to jazz bass, which was really
That's awesome.
Really entertaining when you go destroy each other and just everyone starts bashing each other into jazz. Really interesting.
Blood for the blood god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we must use this power for good.
Yes.
Well,
yes, and funny. Well, good and for funny.
there you go.
Yeah. Pickle Joe also says Elston always breaks Streamlabs. I did nothing. My persona did it.
And in this case, the Streamlabs seems to be fine. It was just my computer. Like every other computer in the house, connection's still fine. Just my computer.
It just didn't like it. Like,
it said that you have no internet, and I checked the other computers and routers. They're fine. Just fine.
Oh, amazing.
Well, where there is smooth jazz, that implies that there is rough jazz.
Yes, yeah. This was definitely rough jazz. This was, It was a strange power of feeling like God, because you just controlled these people. You're like, destroy each other, and they did, and it was like, I can't help but feel a bit smug right now. I just told these people to hurt each other, and they did. So possibly a little bit like Lucifer kind of element. I was like, I feel like the devil.
Because your computer has personality, that's all. Yes, she is sassy and fickle. That's for sure.
Yeah, if you don't talk to her nicely, she just doesn't behave. Yeah. So, how about yourself? You because we've delved into my history a fair bit. What about you? Fun memories of teenage life, growing up, early adulthood.
So I honestly, I had just a small wild streak because I was I grew up in military school, and then of course after we moved back to the States, and I was in regular school, and then B, my dad left in a very violent way. The first thing to happen was rebel. So, the hair went long, the band kind of thing happened. I think the craziest story is that one day after we played a gig, we came back to my place, and there were some girls there. And my lead guitarist went off in one room with one of the girls. Our singer / bassist Justin left with one of the girls, so he completely left the little party. And then my brother went into one of the rooms with one of my girls, and so basically everybody got a girl that night except for Mythos. And so everybody went off and kind of did their own thing. I'm like, I'm just sitting here drinking.
Like, where's the Xbox?
There was one other guy that I was chatting with for a while, but he was the friend that was always the first to pass out at any given hangout or party you would have. Just always the first guy out.
So yeah, I guess that. Yeah, when you get those, they're like, they don't last too long. You know?
and it was my place, so it's not like I could just leave the party, when everybody else was otherwise.
You're just stuck there. Did they go into your room?
Yeah.
Oh, so they nicked your room as well, or not?
Yep.
Mate,
Yep.
I would have been out.
I wasn't kicking anybody out, but it was funny.
No, just out of the room, I'd be like,
I'm alone. There's no one here beside me.
if you ever get in that situation, not the like, because we're grown-ups now, that doesn't usually happen. Is I just tend to sing very loudly in a high-pitched voice, and then people start wondering what the hell's going on. Because there's nothing worse if it's that time with the lady, the mood's right, and then you hear. It kind of kills
a real mood crusher.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. If everyone else is doing stuff apart from you, do everything you can to kill their mood and make it awkward for them. So, like, also going in and opening the door and just pushing it slightly ajar and then walking away.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I was the bro. I had refreshing drinks ready for my bros when they came out of the door.
oh.
And then after I let the ladies out the door, I gave the duly appointed high fives.
See, that it works the opposite way in the UK. What we would have done is annoyed them, drank all the drinks, and then when they came down, be like, right, you're sleeping on the couch. I also clean my bed. Yeah, but I don't know. we're a bit more vindictive with each other.
Wingman Mythos, could I interest you in a hot towel?
Can I offer you a towel, good sir? Thank you. Enjoy.
My favorite band right now is I Fight Dragons. I'm going to have to look them up. Elston used his powers for good? Nope. He made people hurt themselves.
I did. And I'm not sure if I'm proud of it, but it was funny.
Wingman Mythos.
Yeah. Well, it works out in the end. This is a strange thing I think about life is, like, you can think about the bad times and everything, but if your life's good now, then...
Oh, yeah. To me, it's funny. Like, I actually didn't even have a problem with it at the time. Because it's not like I was especially hunting, so to speak. I was just, good for you, bro. Good for you, bro.
Okay,
So,
fair.
I joke about it as the I'm all alone, but I didn't have it. I mean, I was just,
That's cool.
I didn't feel any way about it at the time.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I ever make it over to the States, we need to have I'm not going to say a drinking game because I'm really a lightweight. I'm not good with drinking at all. Like,
And I can't drink anymore, unfortunately, with pancreatitis. So.
all right, okay. Can you eat pizza?
Oh, of course.
Oh, cool. All right, we'll have an eat pizza-a-thon. Or barbecue. Why not? Let's just do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely got to do some hanging out.
Also, curious.
Either y'all come over here or we go over there.
Yeah. So, now, curiosity, because I still have not got to the bottom of this. I'm still curious. What's a biscuit over there? Because a biscuit here is like a cookie to you.
Right.
So what's a biscuit?
It's a savory, buttery bread, a lot like a croissant, but fluffier and, that's really there in most cases.
Okay, it's a bit more like... have you ever had a scone?
I've heard it compared to scones before.
Okay, all right, okay.
And this, of course, may just be one of those things that are different, like the U.S. interpretation may be different, but the scones I've had over here in the States can be a lot drier than a biscuit.
Okay, all right. So maybe there's... Yeah, I need to come over there and try.
Yeah, this would be moist and fluffy, like I said, kind of like a croissant.
Okay, interesting. I need to... I wonder if... I'll tell you what, can you get those packs where you can put them in the oven and cook them?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Okay. Right, okay. So when we get our gift package sent over to you guys, if you get a return one, stick some of those ones where you can bake them in there so I can try out and figure out what's going on. Because I'm still to this day, I'm like, that's a biscuit? Yeah, like a croissant and a scone? How does that work? But yeah, I'm really intrigued by that. I want to eat American biscuits.
That'll be cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely. So I think it's time that I don't know what the restrictions are like over there, but I think we should be able to send each other a gear package.
Yeah, I think so. There might be like a delay in it getting through, but we are. I mean, we're okay to send stuff, and our post has kind of leveled itself out now. So
Same here. Same.
yeah,
Here.
it's kind of like a 2-day shipping will be 2 days again because everyone's kind of sorting themselves out again. But yeah, I think I just know that sometimes when it's coming from abroad, they sometimes keep it like a 2-week quarantine. So I don't know, but as long as I guess it gets sealed, then we should be good. Hopefully, customs don't eat him.
Hopefully not. Rivets and DACA has volunteered to be my drinking surrogate for any drinking games.
Yes, that's what we like.
Pickle Jar says, "I'll pick you up at 8 Elst."
Yes, yeah, we're going on tour, TWG tour. Go to America.
Biscuits and gravy, baby. Mini Warbot says, "Nom nom nom." Biscuits and gravy are delicious. Although that must sound weird, with the UK definition of biscuit.
Yeah, like rich tea or digestives dunked in gravy would be a very strange thing to us. It'd be like for you, it's like cookies and gravy.
Spray Black Studio says you need to have a biscuit from Popeyes.
Okay. All right, interesting.
It says full on guilty pleasure.
Gravy is different in the UK. Okay, so you've got different gravy as well.
Yeah, for us, it's usually like a meaty, thick sauce.
Yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. But I'm assuming if people are, but then again, we got different types. You get chicken, you get beef, you get we've got loads of different types of gravy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So if anyone knows the difference, who has been between two countries and understands, is it like chicken gravy? Is it like beef gravy? Is it just different?
So biscuits and gravy is usually done with like a sausage and cream gravy here. So it's like a white gravy.
Oh, okay. Sausage and cream gravy.
Sausage and cream.
Wow. That's interesting. I want to try that.
American gravy is more like KFC gravy over here. Okay.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, I know
Yeah.
that. I think that's kind of closer to chicken gravy that we can buy and make at home.
All right. Well, it looks like Freak will not be coming back, so we're gonna have to, I guess, close out without him because he's got more work calls. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, the work phone has not stopped ringing for him.
Life is life.
So that is unfortunate.
Yeah. I do love the gravy talk that's going on.
Some people eat to live. I live to eat. I'm sure you guys can tell. I'm definitely a man who likes to eat. Rivets and DACA UK tour next spring. Going to get the other creators involved for gaming and hobbying shenanigans. Oh man, freaking! I've talked about that before. It would be so awesome if we could just come over to the UK and spend like 2 weeks straight traveling around, meeting up with other, UK hobby personalities, getting in some hangouts and games. That would be so cool.
So I'll give you a quick idea of where to head to. One, if you can head over for Warhammer Fest, that'd be cool. Go to Nottingham for Warhammer World. That's an experience and a half. If you go up north, you'll find a lot of good beer and a lot of good food up there. Come down south to where I am. I live in the same county as Stonehenge, so I can show you Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Yeah, it's not quite as mysterious because there's just fences around it now and police patrols and stuff like that because people are like hippies and they start praying and like kissing it and licking it and they're just like, no guys, it's not for that. It's an ancient stone. Stop doing that.
At least there's that instead of people going up and trying to spray paint it and graffiti it.
Yeah, I think that's happened, but they've cleaned it and now they're just kind of like they're preserving it to stop people being nut jobs on it, which is fair enough. And also as well, if any of them ever manage to knock over one of those things, the stone that's falling on you is like you no more.
I bet. I wonder if any of those have ever been knocked over before.
But interesting, close by is a place called Avebury, and they've got stones similar. And I've seen like they're not protected, but what you have this thing called the summer solstice, which happens 23rd of June, I think. It's basically a load of hippies go into a field and get drunk and high and just, as far as I understand, go nuts on these. I don't know. I'm intrigued to go there one year just to find out what's happening.
Interesting. That would be really cool.
So
speaking of things that would be cool, Modeling for Advantage says do it. Pickle Jar says pop over to South Yorkshire. God's Country. Offnet says you'll have to come to Worcester, the true center of Midlands Wargaming.
Cool.
Clinton of Essex Boys is organizing a little tourney at some time, so Essex will have to be on the list.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, that'll be a full-on tour for you. That'll keep you busy for a good couple of weeks.
I don't think the kissing the stones is the problem, more the beer cans, needles, and pissing on them. Yeah, we definitely don't want that.
Yeah, I was trying to be politically correct, but yeah, there's some horrible stuff that happens.
Why would anyone do that?
When there's drugs and there's alcohol involved, British people can do pretty much anything.
Yeah, us too, I guess. Lupus says don't go to
Geordie land.
Geordie. I was going to say Geordie land. Don't go there. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's up north.
All right. Any closing thoughts for you, Elstonation, my man?
Oh, it's been wonderful to be your co-host for the afternoon/morning for you. It's been. Thank you for the privilege.
I've had a great time chatting, hanging out with you.
Yeah, and thank you for the privilege of letting me take over for the all of 5 minutes where I was God. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you holding down the fort.
I'm here to help. Yeah, it's been awesome. It's nice to be back on the show. It's nice chatting to you again. Hopefully next time we can do it again and we get Freak on when he's not so busy. Or we can have a look at when people's art of the week and stuff like that as well. But yeah.
I apologize to everyone who submitted art of the week and we weren't able to show it today. Since we're not going to be able to see it, what is the total number of Necrons that you painted up in 2.5 weeks?
Oh, what was it?
Or your Dominus challenge?
Hang on. 60, 20. Oh God. Was it 50 and 50, or was it 60 and 60? I think it's in the 150 marker. I can't remember the exact number, but it's under
2.5 weeks, fully painted, fully based, start to finish. I'll hold Necron's army in 2.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Necrons are easy.
So the you always mention that sleep is the you don't sleep as much as mortal men, and that's how you're able to paint so much.
Mythos,
so,
you've changed.
Aside from the Elstonation, we'll take over your chat.
You have changed so much.
My Elstonation fact of the week.
Mythos, you're not the same person. And who's this guy in the guest spot? Who's this chump?
I mean,
where the hell he come from?
The short
Mythos?
beard, the glasses,
you inviting people we don't know, man?
It's still kind of the same.
Come on, Mythos. I thought we talked about this. You're inviting chumps that we don't know. Who is this guy? Anyway. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
missed out on some good stuff, man.
Oh, I bet. You guys are a mess. No, I've been dealing with work, and
you've missed on.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Well, you missed out on history time with Elston and.
Oh my God! I know we got to close it out. Can you grab those last two pictures from Art of the Week? You won't believe what you see.
Okay.
Just the last two.
All right. First of all, okay.
This is good for your quick catch up.
All right. Let's see.
Oh God.
Art of the Week.
I don't think the people in this chat will believe what they're about to see.
Oh God.
Well,
everyone, I did think I was cool.
It's not me at Chippendales, I promise. Oh my God. Oh, it's super slow. Come on.
Sorry, Mythos, you were saying about
right.
sleep
So
or
my
something
fact
like that.
with all those Necrons this week before the other one, where if you're not paying attention, Elston will take over the channel. Was going to be that when Elstonation goes to sleep, that's when reanimation protocols kick in.
That could be a thing.
The actual.
That could be a thing.
That metal Elstonation. Metal Nation. Ladies and gentlemen.
I was possibly drunk and also possibly under the influence of something else at the time, but yeah.
Hang on, guys. Hang on, I'm getting a call.
That was Download Festival.
Hello?
Okay. Elstonation Rob Zombie.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to leave that picture of me to close out the entire thing.
Sorry, I couldn't help.
That was a fun weekend. Yeah. It was 5 days worth of. Yeah.
Okay.
I even went to the extent, as you can probably see, you probably haven't noticed, but I highlighted my tip. Oh yeah, blonde-tipped dreadlock Elston.
That's
yeah,
so cool.
absolutely. That's perfect. Okay. No.
At one point, I dyed them red over the top of that, so I had red-tipped dreadlocks.
You will do.
Nice.
Take care. Bye. Okay. All right, guys. I'm clear.
So are these bleached? Because your other dreads in your other picture look a lot darker.
So if that's
depends on what time. At some point, as I said, I dyed them red.
So what the hell is this?
Oh, the band shop. That was my heavy metal band.
Really? What did you play? Were you a singer?
I was a singer.
Oh,
the Screamo.
Yes.
Yes, I screamed. You've missed out on the challenge that if they get my subscriber count to 3,000, I will dig out the one song I will allow people to hear.
Oh,
everyone go to the channel.
Cool. Go there quickly. Do it now. Let's get him to 3 million. I want to hear that freaking song. Jeez. Dude, that's epic. That is so freaking epic, man. You just moved up. You just moved up on my awesome level. You know, you were already awesome, but you just kind of went up. Who's this guy again? Why does he keep popping up in my guest spot? God damn it.
Yeah.
I
So anyway,
didn't do anything.
I will send you some pics after this of some other other things. In fact, if anyone wants to see more of it, go to my Facebook profile. And one of my cover photos is me with a microphone. It possibly looks like something else, but it's a microphone.
And Photoshop it. Send it back to Frosted.
don't do it to trap.
All right, guys. So, like I said, it was absolutely badass hanging with you again. I'm sorry I didn't go quite as planned.
It's fun.
Elston just did his closing thoughts. Do you have any closing thoughts, my brother?
I do. I'm sorry that I missed most of the show, man, but I'm glad that you got to come in and hang out. I'm glad I did get to talk shop. I'm happy about that. I love the fact we got I'm happy that I got to talk shop with you, man, with about the printers and stuff. So I'm pretty. Yeah, that's Green's point. Oh my gosh. Oh my freaking goodness. Okay, so
we'll talk again because I want to pick your brains about the new printers that are coming out as well.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm actually looking forward to upping the game on this because this is a smaller build plate. I want to get one with a larger build plate, and there's some that I'm really keeping an eye on. So, but yeah, I'm excited, man.
Elgu Saturn by any chance?
What's that?
Nice. The Elgu Saturn.
That's what I'm looking at.
You seen that?
I'm looking at that one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm looking at that one as well.
Mm-hmm. So, Mythos?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yes. Hey, closing thoughts for me. Yeah. Again, man, Myth, you guys know, I've known that, I mean, I talk about on the show all the time how much I look up to Elstonation because his paint schemes always pop. Check out, go to his Elstonation's minis page, go to his channel, go to Chilling Network. Chilling Wargamers, and you'll be able to see the amazing paint jobs he does, the pop, and just it always pops. It always is eye-catching. There's always like something that captures your attention. But the speed too, like it is ace quality painting schemes, but the speed at which he cranks them out is far beyond Worldman. You guys just heard 150 plus Necron army in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Phenomenal.
Far too kind, good sir.
We're not worthy. Not worthy.
Too kind.
And I definitely, as a painter, I look up to, I feel like we're honestly, it's such an honor to be part of the Chilling Network with you guys. And then, of course, getting to partner not only with you, but the amazing Wargamer Viking Spud on the channel, getting to work with, I'm definitely looking forward to working with the Pickle Jar, Spray Black Studios, and the rest of the Chilling fam, and hanging with you guys on the Discord. It's all been a treat. So
Yeah, man.
definitely super stoked about
It's a
it.
cool little family at the moment. I'm liking it.
You're definitely gonna have to do some more of this. Not only working together, but I don't know. Even if not on show, I definitely think getting to hang with you guys, online like this, with the camera and chat, would just be cool.
We need to organize something maybe where it's
a
not.
little hobby hangout or something.
Yeah, I think we need to do that.
So that's it for me, guys. We appreciate all of you hobby fam that have hung out with us in the chat today. Oh wow, great stream. Thank you, Rivet Sadaka. Dizziness for the All Father in the route.
The all farter.
Autocorrect. I was autocorrect. Legends, what a stream. Thank you so much. Real quick shout out to our patrons who help us do what we do. Real quick, want to make sure that we thank our Blood Claws, Wybird Miniatures, Heinrich Botha, Running Bear, Richard at the Nerd Life, Big Mech Dan Skull,
Big, big.
Brian the Mini War Mutt,
Woof.
Big D the Gamecraft Dragon,
He's got a big D.
Chief Live Gaming,
He is a chief.
Inquisitor Zane,
He's crazy.
and Zach the Crimson Painter.
He paints in red.
Our Grey Hunter's brother
He's
Roxas,
a IT master.
and Kaiju Shorts,
Australian Jesus.
Wolf Guards Kalo,
Copy trial, baby.
and the Commodore,
No, the 80s computer.
the Ultimate Wolf Lord Anonymous,
Who?
Ultimate Wolf Lord Defender of Terra Meeks,
Cop them cheeks, baby.
and the Smash Captain, hanging out with the Bandhammer in our chat, the Ultimate Wolf Lord Archer.
Becky, you want to smash?
Thank you guys for supporting everything that we do. Thanks for hanging out with us on your Saturday. It's like I've said, many times, this is definitely a great way for us to kick off the weekend. And I've been going through a tough time this week, guys. I have some family problems going on. Definitely, if you can, I'd like to ask for some, whatever you have, thoughts, prayers, good vibes, send them my way for, keep my grandfather in your thoughts. It's not looking good at the moment, and we're all hoping for some miracles here. Thank you, Elstonation, for being such a great guest today and being such great company. I really enjoy hanging out with you.
Absolute pleasure.
If you guys haven't subscribed to the Chilling Wargamers,
Oh, here it comes.
if you haven't checked out the Chilling Network, any of the channels down below in the Chilling Network, check out our fam there.
Yeah.
Check out all those channels. The Chilling Network is such a great group of channels. Check us all out. If you guys haven't yet, and it looks like all of you have actually, but if you haven't, please make sure that you grab up an ox and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. If you're watching for the archives, drop us some comments down below, and feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations, like comment on Elstonation's dreadlocks from Metal Elston. If you guys are not yet subscribed to the Chilling Wargamers or Elstonation himself, not subscribed over here, and we would love to have you as part of the pack, part of the hobby family here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys. Bye bye.